Let's go live. Do, 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 do. Oh. Come on in, guys. Come on in. Please let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. We are live on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. We're also live on Twitch, Twitter. We're live on TikTok behind the scenes. We're live on Facebook, the Kempire and Kempire Daily on Facebook. Guys, if you missed it, yesterday we had our Tuesday takeover where we talked about Love and Marriage DC. We talked about 90 Day Fiance. We talked about the Vanderpump Rules trailer. And I know there's been a lot of stories coming out about Vanderpump Rules. Word on the street now is that Raquel Leviss, Rachel, will be at the reunion. We will be recapping Vanderpump Rules tomorrow evening. So be sure to subscribe if you enjoy content like that. Also, we don't just talk about the reality TV, folks. We talk about everything in pop culture. So we also talked about that during our Tuesday takeover yesterday. So be sure to check that out. Shout out to our mod, Kingsguard, aka Mama Ali, for getting that together for us so that you guys have your timestamps. So be sure to check that out. But also shout out to all of our Kingsguards, guys. Don't forget to thank them for creating this safe space for us to have our opinions. Even if you agree with me or not, that is fine here. That is completely fine, I guess. No, I'm joking. But am I? This is our weekly recap of the Real Housewives of New Jersey. If you were a part of our watch party last night, then you kind of have an idea of my feelings of the episode. However, as you know, a night goes by, I watch it again right before the live, and then different thoughts come. And sometimes during the live, different thoughts come. So we are going to break down the Real Housewives of New Jersey. I'm seeing a lot of tweets about people that are just over New Jersey already. Honestly, my recap of New Jersey last season, I feel like I had a little bit more fun talking about it, but I'm sort of like, this season, it's the same thing. But we're going to talk about that. We're going to unpack that. There are some good moments from this week's episode of, what is it called? Sip and Shade? No, Shots and Shade. Of course, not Sip and Shade. The shots were galore. All right. So we're going to talk about that and so much more. And we're going to talk about Danielle and her family drama. What exactly is really happening there, Danielle, that you don't want out? The last person you want as an enemy is me. wait, hold on. You notice how she put a little extra funk on that? Guys, as always, be sure to like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. Let's get into a countdown so we can get these notifications out on YouTube and Facebook for those that always, well, I'm gonna do a countdown. Fast forward through it, replay crew. But we do it so it can send out the notifications. Sometimes the notifications don't work. Not sometimes, a lot of the times they don't work. So the more that I vamp, the more it gives the algorithm a moment to send it out to the people. All right, so let's get into a countdown and then we're going to get into this recap. I hope you all are having a fantastic Wednesday. Happy hump day. Let's get into it.
Baby, won't you listen to me? I got that flavor. I know you're dying to feed. I ain't no dancer, just got some hip in my feet. Now throw your hands up. Ooh, you bring the lighter, I got the fuse. You make a fire, I'll add the fuel. Follow my lead, just watch your shoes. Gotta turn the heat up to get this cool.
Guys, as always, be sure to let me know where you're watching from, how you would rate this episode of The Real Housewives of New Jersey. How would I rate it? I'm always asking you guys how you would rate it, and I don't think I ever share how I would rate it, or I forget to share how I would rate it. Let me get to the end. Remind me at the end, because once I talk through this, I probably will have a better understanding on how I would rate this episode, the latest episode. This is episode 7. So I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to get a mid-season trailer very soon. Maybe next week. Maybe next week. I don't know how many episodes they're getting this season, but they usually shortchange Jersey, but rightfully so, because I don't feel like we have a lot, and I don't feel like we've had a lot in the most recent season. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's a shorter season. But we do have a lot to celebrate this morning here on the channel. First of all, congratulations to us. We hit over 250,000 subscribers. Yes. Yes. 250,000 subscribers here on YouTube. Good for us. Woo, child. It's been a climb. It's been a climb. But I'm so grateful for all of you that have stuck around and some of you that have unsubscribed and like to throw it in the comments. I'm going to unsubscribe. Okay. I'm not holding you here hostage. But shout out to those of you that stay here and stay subscribed and support the channel. Shout out to the members of the channel that support us on a monthly basis. But you don't have to. Subscribing, though, lets you know when we post. So if there are posts, you're like, Kempire, are you going to talk about this? And I've already talked about it. That's because you're not subscribed and you don't have your notifications on. When you're subscribed, I will show up within your algorithm. But sometimes you have to go literally to my page in order to find some of the content, including the Tasha K and Cardi B story update that I gave you last night. So be sure to check that out if you missed it. And for short content, be sure to subscribe to the Kempire Shorts channel. All right, we're slowly but surely moving all of our shorts over to that channel. So be sure to subscribe to that and subscribe to the Kempire Radio YouTube channel so you can see the visual version of our podcast, Kempire Radio. And I promise I am going to get that Grace Report conversation about Vanderpump Rules out to you soon as possible. Matter of fact, after this live, I might work on that because I don't want to talk about the Tamar and Candy situation or SWV versus Escape right now. I'm so done with that conversation. I'm just like, oh God, this is exactly why I didn't love the headliner conversation, because now it's getting a little rough in these Twitter streets. Just saying, it's getting a little rough. All right. But that's not what you're here for. What you're here for is to talk about the Real Housewives of New Jersey. And at the top of this episode, which is episode 7, the name of the episode is Shots and Shade, which I found to be interesting because not one of these people are in the shade. Maybe Marge is the only one in the shade. Everyone else is out there in the sun, burning. Just saying. Okay. But here's the thing, and I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. So far, I'm liking the newbies. Anyone else? I'm liking the newbies. And I like so far, even though you can tell what team they're on, it's interesting that they're still able to navigate their friendship as newbies on this show and still be friends. I'm not sure how long that's going to last. What do you guys think? I feel like they can do it, but I feel as if it's going to interfere with their growing friendship, especially now Rachel is telling on Danielle and what Danielle is saying. All right, we'll get to that. So Danielle and Rachel go shopping at this very Jersey place. Because if you looked at the outfits, it's like, yes, this is Jersey. We are officially in Jersey. So Rachel says exactly what I'm saying. She loves Danielle because Danielle is a lot of fun. They show some scenes that we haven't seen between Rachel and Danielle where they're having a good time together. I like them. I like the newbies. And you know the newbies have a hard time getting into the Bravo universe and the Bravo fandom. I like them so far. Both of them individually for their own different reasons. But I also like the fact that and maybe because they're coming in the same season as newbies, they don't feel like each other is competition. Not like Jackie. Jackie, this season's not faring well for you. And I can't believe I was rooting for you. Look, I was rooting for you. Anyone else? I was rooting for Jackie. I was like, she was really the only one that had a storyline last season. I appreciated her sharing her storyline. I still appreciate her sharing her storyline. However, she's becoming very unlikable. Becoming? I know some of you, I know what you're thinking. So we will get to Jackie in a second. So Danielle and Rachel, they're hanging out. And one of the things that we didn't see, at least I don't remember us seeing this, is the conversation that she had with Joe Gorga, and Joe Gorga is advising Danielle because, as you know, Danielle has her own family drama. Wait, I forgot to put up my stuff, y'all. Hold on. Her own family drama. And he tells her, which I found to be interesting because it doesn't seem like they're trying. He tells her, well, you should keep trying in regards to the issues with her brother. And as you know, and if you missed our last week where I dropped a little tea in regards to what's going on with Danielle and her brother and sister-in-law. So you know how to reach out to some sources just to kind of get to the bottom of what's happening. And Danielle, I'm going to get to the bottom of it. Stay tuned. For Danielle is lucky that her brother and sister-in-law really want nothing to do with this show. She's very lucky. And that they're not a Melissa. But that could always change. Especially as she continues to share her side of things, her truth. But all of us said it, even before the show started, saying the cast of characters on the show. Even before they said it, we were saying something's missing here. And then all of a sudden, a source mentioned some things. And I was like, oh. So Danielle, I'm on to you. Stay tuned. I'm still working on my sources because I'm getting more information. I'm going to get more information. But I like Danielle. Don't get me wrong. I like Danielle. But Danielle, you're not telling the 100% truth. Which it wouldn't be the first time on this show. It wouldn't be the first time on this show. But anyways, I'm still enjoying Danielle. I think she is a breath of fresh air, and I like the fact that Danielle and Rachel are very different. They're not. I mean, they're Jersey, tri-state area, Staten Island, same thing. Not everyone's the same, guys. Please understand when I say that. Please understand the girls that we're talking about in Jersey, what we see on Real Housewives of Jersey, it's not the only type of girls that you find in New Jersey. Okay, please understand that. So, where was I? Oh, but this is, since we were talking about Danielle's situation, so Joe told her to keep trying. But what I found to be interesting, okay, sidebar. Thanks, Danielle, you're watching? Awesome. Thanks for watching. Okay. So Joe told her to keep trying with her brother. She says to Rachel, though, which I found to be interesting, which got me really invested. She says that it's a lost cause. A lost cause? Him unfollowing you on Instagram? And look, I get it. In this day and age, unfollowing, blocking someone on social media is a big thing to certain people. It is. It causes drama in your friend groups. Not mine. We're grown and mature and sensible. But I do realize in this day and age of people that are growing up within social media, that it is a big thing. So I can see it causing an issue, but not for a sister who used to be close with her brother to say that it was a lost cause. A lost cause? That is what stood out to me. A lost cause, y'all? Because he blocked you on Instagram. And because of her behavior, her sister-in-law allegedly had to come off of all social media. That's what I heard. But that's what I heard. Had to come off of social media because they don't want any parts of this. Well, word on the street. Look, word on the street. You know, the blogs and the tabloids are reaching out to Danielle's family to get the real information. They want to know the tea. But they don't want any part of it. But I'm going to get to the bottom of this, Danielle. Best believe I'm going to get down to the bottom. Because this feels personal. Look. This feels personal. Not because I'm related or know anybody in the family, but I got sources. I didn't realize how close these sources are to the situation. But I still like Danielle. Here I go twerking on a fence. Look, twerking on a fence. It's okay. It's all right, Danielle. I still enjoy you on the show. I think you're good for the show. I like your, I don't know if I would call you honest. I don't know if I would call you honest. Sorry, y'all. I had to turn my fan on and my thing is on. Okay. I don't know if I would call you honest. At least I like your personality enough to keep me interested. But there's more to that story. There's more to that story. So they talk about that during their little outing, but they also talk about everything that's happening within the group in regards to Marge and Marge's best friend. I found it interesting that Danielle brought up what the conversation that Marge's best friend, Laura, had with Teresa and Jennifer Aiden. So I found that to be interesting. Now she is bringing that up because we already know Danielle's a part of the team Tree and Rachel's a part of team Marge. She is. I wish they would just sort of ride on their own because I feel like they are the future right now of New Jersey. I do feel like they're going to come back. How do you guys feel? Replay crew, how do you feel? I'm liking them so far. Could they carry a season? I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. So they're talking about what Laura said, that, Marge has this arsenal of information on the group. Okay, this is the theme of this episode. Marge and her arsenal of information on this group. Okay. So Teresa and Jennifer Aiden go shopping because Teresa, is this the same jeweler? Because remember they were upset. Remember this was a couple of seasons ago and Jennifer Aiden wanted them to use her jeweler. Is this the same jeweler? Now we're filming a scene at the jeweler's place. Is this the same jeweler or was it a different jeweler? Maybe she has more than one jeweler in the family, but this is Dr. Bill's side of the family. So they go there and they have this conversation. Oh, y'all. Sorry, y'all. Look, I ate a little something before. Just saying. Okay. Lady says Rachel is team Melissa. Yeah, okay. I mean, all the same. Look, all the same. Look, all the same. Okay. I don't know. Look, in life, I keep telling you guys this. If you're new to the channel, I always say this, that be team you. I get it. Sometimes you want to be team someone when you're watching these shows, but be team you always. Okay? Just saying. All right. So Teresa and Jen are talking about, buy something for yourself. She's really there to buy gifts for her bridesmaids, which will be her daughters. And, buy something for yourself. And, Jennifer Aiden's like, it's on Louis' bill. And I'm thinking to myself, because there are rumors that a lot of the things that Louis is buying, first of all, fake. Allegedly. And then some of the rumors are that the things that Teresa is saying that Louis has bought for her, she's actually buying for herself. That is a rumor. So when she's talking about this at the jeweler, I'm like, I'm thinking, is he really paying for anything? Is he really paying for anything? So that's just my thought. So immediately this conversation goes from the wedding and first of all, her saying that she wants to be, what was her word? I forgot the exact word she used, but basically she wanted to be understated at the wedding. And we already know what she looked like at her wedding. It was far from being understated, but it's okay. Diana, thank you so much for the super chat. Hold on. Diana says, wait, hold on. Let me move this up. Okay. Diana says, congratulations, Kempire, on 250K. We love you. March 15, 2022, you reach one. Oh my God. Thank you, Diana. See, Diana remembers this stuff. I didn't remember that. It was March that we hit 100K. We had a live unboxing and everything. Wow. And now we're at 250,000 a year and a week later. Look at us. Look at God. Thank you, Diana, for the super chat and for being an amazing mod all this time. How long you been a mod, Diana? Please remind us. She's been a mod. I think she's been a mod since We were at 3,000 subscribers? That's crazy. Dr. Payne, thank you so much for being a member of the channel for almost 2 years. This is so crazy. Yay, 250K. Way to go, Kempire. Thank you so much, Dr. Payne. Now back to work. I always do that to Dr. Payne. Now back to work, Dr. Payne. GA, thank you. GA says Jen's brother is a jeweler and it closed down. Okay, I thought it was on her side of the family. I think this jeweler is this jeweler is Bill's side. So I thought maybe it was the same jeweler, but I couldn't remember. I was like, no, I think it was on her side. The other jeweler was. Oh, Chocolate Chuck says Teresa was Jersey understated. Okay. I can see that. Okay. All right. Let me take a sip. Shout out to my OG mods, because some of my OG mods are in the chat. They've been around for a long time. Couldn't do this without them. Diana stays in those comments when you guys want to get crazy. Just saying. All right. Let me get back to this. So Teresa and Jennifer go from talking about the wedding and jewelry for the wedding to talking about what, the shore situation. They're going down to the shore. So Teresa says, well, of course, this is Teresa. Oh, it's always well, why didn't he invite me to his house? But he's having Marge stay there. Why am I not going to stay there as your sister? And then she also says that Gia asked to stay at the shore house and Melissa said no. Here's the thing. I don't love Melissa, but I feel like there needs to be some context too. And I'm sure at this point, and I'm not getting into what they're posting and their receipts on Twitter and things like that. You guys can call and let me know. Did Melissa say something about that? Why she said no to Gia? Did Gia want to go down there with her friends and stay at the shore house? Now that's a whole other thing. You know what I mean? Like it's one thing if Gia is going to, stay there with them or stay there by herself, but if she want to go down there and party, remember Gia's 22. Are you keeping? Unless she was going to stay there with them, I need more context. Can we add that to the question, Andy Cohen, for the reunion? I just feel like there's more to that. Maybe or maybe not. Maybe there isn't more to that, and Melissa is a terrible aunt. I'm open to either one. I don't have a dog in this fight. Just saying. I need that to be addressed at the reunion. Why exactly didn't you allow Gia to stay at your shore house? Because she wanted to have her and her friends stay there like this was the Jersey Shore, the reality show, and we were like, no. So Teresa is like, oh, I've never stayed there, but here we go again. So it goes to the whole conversation about Marge and her arsenal of information. Well, and it's so funny. You see Teresa and Jennifer sort of like, okay, I'm going to bat this way. You catch this one and you're going to throw it and then I'm going to catch it too. So it goes into this whole conversation about, oh, maybe the reason why they're having Marge stay at their house is because Marge has something on them. Maybe that's the reason. Marge has a little something on them, so they want to keep their enemies closer. And I'm watching this and I'm thinking to myself, well, this is a reach. This is a bit of a reach, but I get it. You do not like Marge and you're not in a good place with your brother. All right? But Teresa logic is a whole other level of logic. We're going to get back to the Teresa logic in a second. So Teresa and Jennifer go back and forth on that and the reason why Teresa's not staying with her brother and Teresa's going to stay with Jennifer Aiden. I mean, it would have been interesting. Okay, wait, sidebar. So there's a story out there that apparently Louis lent $250,000 to Joe Gorga in some business deal that went wrong. Allegedly, I'm going to say. Did he really look? Here's the thing. Did Louis really have $250,000? I'm just saying. Or did he need to get rid of some money? Because look, never mind. Never mind. I don't really try to focus too much on the side stories that are happening offline. I if this is a true story, I'm sure it will come up at the reunion. If not, Andy, please bring it up at the reunion. Someone ask him that question when the reunion questions come up. All right. All right. So Jennifer and Teresa had that conversation at the jeweler. Then we go to Dolores and Paulie. Okay, so a lot of you initially said, I didn't believe this. I believe that this Paulie and Dolores relationship is real. And I still think that it's real. But there's something weird about Paulie not showing up consistently to film. I know he had a surgery the last episode, but remember the surgery was like the next day. And I said, okay, maybe it's prep. Look, maybe it's prep. I don't know what the prep is for that type of surgery. Look. But now he's a little sore. Okay. But he doesn't want to attend. He doesn't want to attend this, the shore stuff because of health reasons. Are you lifting anybody? I mean, you can't get in the car and just relax. And I mean, what are we? I'm asking because now I'm starting to see a trend. I'm starting to see a trend with Paulie. Like it, I don't think he's avoiding Frank. I think he might be avoiding the cameras maybe, or the cameras with this group of folks. But I did say to myself, I say, well, maybe she didn't pay extra. Look. Maybe she didn't pay extra for him to go to the shore. Okay, all right. Irene agrees. She says, I keep saying this, Kempire. Where's Paulie? Come on. And that's the thing. Paulie has all this mouth about Frank, and you need to set up boundaries. He literally said, because Dolores brings up that Frank is upset. Frank is not happy about, not seeing Dolores as much, and that Dolores is not staying with him at his shore house. I'm starting to remember that the shore house is what he got in the divorce. So that's why he didn't have a house, wherever they live in New Jersey up north. So I was thinking to myself, I was like, I thought they shared that house, but maybe because they literally would spend, if she went to the shore, she would stay with him. But this time, out of respect for Paulie, she's not going to. She's going to stay with Rachel Fuda, who has a beautiful shore house too. All right. So she's packing and talking to Paulie about that. And she's, normally she would stay there. Paulie's like, yeah, this is boundaries. It's the right thing to do, he says. And he wants Frank to let it go. And look, I am in no way defending Frank. I do think Frank needs to just respect that I just believe this is their storyline though for the season. Let's be honest. All of you have said it, that Patterson Dolores does not have a storyline in sight. I believe that this is her storyline for the season. Oh, issues with Frank and Paulie and her new relationship. A relationship that we never see really amongst the group. And that's part of the magic of what people love about Jersey is seeing this group of people that have known each other for a long time hang out and have a good time. And now we have the same situation. Remember Dr. David? He would never show up either. And when he did, we were like, ooh. He stood out so much in comparison to their very red faces. And we were like, damn, he needs to get some sun because... All right. Hold on. Wait, let me see something because I want to make sure, because I want to hear all the opinions in here. Okay. Thank you, Ashley. Ashley says heart surgery is no joke. No joke. It might be a stressful situation. And that's why I'm trying to give him some grace here. But there are other examples earlier in the season where Paulie is not showing up. So I'm just wondering. I've never had a heart surgery, thank God. Let me knock on wood. So, also, how invasive was this heart surgery? Because I don't know if it's, you know what I mean? Because I don't know if it was a very invasive surgery. Because wasn't he in and out? Did he even stay in the hospital? I don't know. So I don't want to judge him too harshly, but I'm kind of looking at him with the side eye. But Frank does need to just respect the relationship. I wish he wouldn't even make a big deal about it, but that's part of the reason why I feel like it's a storyline for Dolores. That's why he's making this big deal about it. You know what I'm saying? That's the mother of his children. It's a very Juan Dixon and Robin Dixon situation. Look, that is the mother of his children. So it wouldn't shock me that's what he's doing. But you know what happens every time I watch a scene with Dolores and Paulie, I'm more mesmerized by his home, his townhouse, more than whatever's happening there. I'm just busy looking at the decor. I don't care about what they're talking about. Just saying. Well, a good point. What does Paulie do? Do we know? But Dr. David's a doctor, so I understand his busy. Of course, I think we all understood. He's busy saving lives. Probably Paulie's life. Was he the surgeon? I wouldn't be surprised. RC says, I'm not feeling Paulie yet. Yeah, I don't really have any feelings towards Paulie. My only feeling towards Paulie right now is that he's not showing up for Dolores on this show. And maybe he doesn't want to be on the show. All right. And maybe you guys don't want him either. Guys, we have almost 900 people on YouTube and Facebook watching. We have quite a few people watching on TikTok. Thank you guys on TikTok for being here as well. Shout out to everyone watching on Twitch and Twitter. We appreciate you. Who's watching on Twitch? I see some comments. Hey, what's going on, Nat, watching on Twitch? I hear you can get great quality of 4K on Twitch, guys, if you want to watch me on Twitch. They say Paulie is low-key, don't want to hang out with Frank at all. Frank has a whole girl, but still saying he's in love with Dolores. Yeah, look, yeah, that's what I mean. I don't see it for Frank. I still want Frank on the show, but I really have a feeling that this is Dolores' storyline. I think this is the storyline. All right. So then we have, because everyone's packing for the shore. Then we have this scene with Jennifer Aiden and Dr. Bill, and they have this conversation about therapy. You know, we ended off last episode with them in therapy and how quiet he was in therapy. And Dr. Bill simply says, he's like, well, I'm a little bit more conscious of what I'm saying because I don't want what I say to be hurtful. So I much rather not say, and I'm interpreting what he said, y'all. So I much rather not say anything and be a little bit more insightful before speaking. And we already know that is not Jennifer Aiden. She's not insightful before she speaks. So she also goes into this whole thing about him supporting her. And it's sort of this whole blind loyalty that she wants from her husband. And I get defending your wife and having your wife's back, especially in a group of people. But this blind loyalty that she wants from him, it's hard with her because a lot of the times she's just, not that she's completely wrong, it's her approach that people can't just get with. Anyways, how are we feeling about Jen Fessler now? Are we still loving Jen Fessler? Jen Fessler is amazing. She's amazing. Amazing. I saw that she was on Watch What Happens Live with Rachel. I'm liking that friendship. At the Gorgas party, she was... Rachel was talking about I think she was getting her makeup done, and she says she had to hang up with Jen Fessler because she was laughing and crying so much. I'm liking that this is a real friendship that's happening. You see these other housewives like in Potomac where when they're not filming, they're not talking to any of these people. These folks in Jersey are actually trying to get to know these people and hang out with these people or actually have friendships with these people. So I did see some clips of Watch What Happens Live last night with Jen Fessler and Rachel Fuda on there. And I thought I like their chemistry. I'm surprised that Jen Fessler wasn't more of a full-time housewife, but she probably likes the distance that you have, that you don't have to share too much, like with her husband and her nosy neighbors. Her nosy neighbors. They did ask during Watch What Happens Live, did your neighbors complain? She said that the cops were there. Did someone call the cops? She did point out on Watch What Happens Live that she's good with Jennifer Aiden. Did she say that she regretted kicking her out? No, I don't think she regretted it because she said both Jennifer and her friend of many years, Marge, were both disgusting with the things that they were saying. So I was like, all right, I like Jen Fessler. And if she stays a friend of, I'm okay with it. I like the energy that she brings. All right. Tank says, I can't rock with, hold on. Damn, I lost it. Wait, here it is. Tank says, I can't rock with Rachel. I've seen that. I've seen some people that do not like Rachel, but I'm okay with Rachel. Uh-oh. Sensi says, Rachel is a snake. I don't know. Y'all like to call people like some of the worst words. Just the other day, some of you call him Candy a bully and mean. And I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, are we just throwing words out there? I'm just like, okay. Miyata said, Rachel is a snake. I don't know if she's a snake or is she a bone carrier? Because that's exactly what she's been doing. She's been doing that this entire season so far. All right, but look, you're entitled to your opinion. French Life, thank you so much for the super sticker. We appreciate you supporting the channel. Sarah, thank you so much for being a member for 11 months. She says the story is the niece Louis gives to a niece of Teresa. The story is the niece Louis gives to a niece of Teresa, allegedly. I don't understand. But thank you for supporting the channel. Julie, thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate you. She says, sidebar, taking the plane to New York City in April, best place for steak and best place for seafood, or anyone in the chat. And congratulations on 250K. Next up, 500K. I don't eat seafood and I barely eat steak. And people ask me all the time the things to do in New York. There's so much. And there's so much information online that you guys can find. I really have no recommendations. There's just so many things. This is such a mecca of food and eating. Just saying. Nosy, thank you so much for the super chat. Nosy says, I don't watch the Jersey Housewives anymore, but I enjoy your recaps and funny commentary. Congrats on 250K. Wishing the channel continued success. Thank you, Nosy. We appreciate you supporting the channel. And I love it when you guys come in and say that you don't watch the show. You just come for the recap. Thank you. Oh, Patrice says, don't talk mess if you don't want the mess spread. Simple. I mean, that's like a housewife chronicle right there. I mean, right? Just saying. All right. Hold on. I missed something. First of all, let me save this. Oh, wait, here we go. Ophelia says, Rachel is a snake. Kempire, you will see, and walk back those words. No, I won't. Look, I won't walk back the words. What I will say is, now I see what you guys were saying. I'm not walking back anything. I said what I said. You must be new. Look, you must be new. I'm not walking back on anything. Just saying. Mocha Mima, thank you so much for being almost 2 years as well, and member of the channel. Congrats on 250K. You're the best of the best. Thank you, Mocha. Again, guys, if you're a member of the channel, I will be dropping the call-in link for you first, so you can share your thoughts about what's playing out on the Real Housewives of New Jersey. If you're just joining us, be sure to like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. And once we get to a certain amount of likes, I will drop the call-in link for the general audience. But let's get those likes up. We got almost 1,000 people watching and only 300 likes. Just saying. All right. Tilly, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, Danielle gives me pick me vibes. I mean, I don't not see that. She definitely wanted Bravo to pick her. She's definitely wanted to be on reality TV for a very long time. Okay. All right. So moving on. Let's get to the shore. All right. So Jennifer and Dr. Bill had that conversation while she's packing, getting ready for the shore. She wants him to be more supportive. She basically wants blind loyalty from him while they're in the shore, down by the shore. So let's talk about Jennifer Aydin's house. And this is why Jennifer Aydin for me is very funny. First of all, I guess this is not the same shore house that they got before because they just moved into this new one. And she says, she's like, I'm going to keep the furniture. I'm even keeping the bed sheets. She literally says, it looks great to me. This is why Jennifer is such a great housewife. It's for me, besides Jen Fessler, the Jens are getting it for me. Their commentary and their confessionals are so funny. We don't get a lot of that from the housewives, the other housewives on New Jersey. Danielle, we definitely get that from Danielle. But the funny commentary in the confessionals, she kept the sheets, like literally. I can understand the furniture. I don't know about the sheets. I know some of us, we travel with our own sheets when we travel. I thought that was interesting. But what was more interesting to me was the location. So Rachel Fuda has her shore house that's by the water. Melissa and Joe have their shore house that's by the water. Beautiful homes. This home, not so beautiful, especially because they have this beautiful house in New Jersey. So this shore house is nothing compared to what they have, further up the shore. So the location, though, is right on the boardwalk. And if you watch the Jersey Shore, you already know that is crazy. Look, that is crazy. Samara says, what about bed bugs? Right? I don't want any of those sheets. I don't even want those beds, to be honest. Because when you think about all the little things that come off the body, But I'm more concerned that they live right on the boardwalk. So when people are ripping and running at 2 a.m., Teresa, Danielle, and Jennifer are not sleeping because they're going to be ripping and running at the boardwalk. All that loud drunkenness, they're going to hear it. And then they're bragging about it. Yeah, he's like, at 2 a.m., you're going to hear. I would have been like, Rachel, Melissa, any of you got to pull out? I'm not staying there. I'm not staying there if I was 20-something years old. I mean, like, that's the prime place to be if that's what you're down there to do. But to be honest with you, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that at my big age. On the boardwalk in the Jersey Shore? And you even saw and heard. I was like, oh my God, they're literally on the. I'm looking through their. I'm watching on my television and looking through their window like, is that the boy? Can we see the vendors? What the? And then you're bragging, Dr. Bill, with your big paying job. You're bragging. Oh yeah, so like at 2 a.m., like all the noise and the. And I'm thinking, so at 2 a.m., I'm trying to get some sleep. I'm not trying to hear Snooki. Or the situation. No. Okay. So that's what stood out to me. Rachel's house looks gorgeous, though. Rachel's house and Melissa and Joe's new house looks gorgeous. Okay. But it did make me laugh, though, that Jennifer Aiden was just like, I'm taking the furniture, I'm taking the sheets. Looks good to me. I was like, what's going on? It was funny to me. That was funny to me. Good one, Jen. Good one. Okay. So Teresa. All right. So Teresa, at one point during the baseball game, invited Marge's mom to her wedding. Because as you know, it's become this big, and we were defending Teresa. Like, why should she invite Melissa's mom? Well, then it's like a slap in the face. Oh wait, no, hold on. It's a slap in the face that she's inviting everybody. She invited Rachel and them to her wedding, but you're not inviting these people that have been in your life for like 20 years. And then she claims, well, when the producers asked her during the confessional, so why are you not inviting, Melissa's family? Well, and then she goes back to 10 years ago and their issues. Here's the thing. I could understand her not being close to Melissa's sisters and mom. I can understand it because we remember everything that played out 10 years ago. But she's rewriting history. We literally saw footage and pictures of Nono and Donna hanging out. They had a good relationship, a close relationship. And according to Melissa, invited, Louis was the first, her family was the first people that Louis met. According to Melissa, I have to add that part. I don't know if that's true. So then, of course, I'm minding my business, preparing for the show. look, preparing for the show. And then I'm thinking to myself, let me do a little research. Like, I know at least Donna and No had a good relationship. But I understood why Teresa might not invite them. Your wedding. But you're inviting Tom, Dick, and Harry and Chanel Ion to your wedding. Not Tom, Dick, and Harry. So I did, so I did a little research. And then this was, this was in 2019. That's Melissa's sister and No together. Kim. She said, happy birthday, Pop. Cheers to another year of good health. Love you. And then this is in 2019. Teresa's in the comments with the fish lips. But she's like, 10 years ago, they were talking about me. Her mom and the sisters were talking about me on social media, and my mother would never do that. And I thought to myself, your mother probably wouldn't even know what to do with social media. But anyways, I digressed. It didn't end there. Then in 2020, in the middle of the pandemic, here is Melissa, Teresa, and her sisters. So Lisa writes this, life is short, tomorrow isn't guaranteed. Surround yourself with the ones you love. Hashtag circle of trust. This was August of 2020. I do love Melissa's sisters. I wonder if they've intentionally chosen not to be on the show, because I would love to see their dynamic, because you could tell that they're close. So I'm actually surprised that we haven't seen more of their dynamic. I'm assuming that it's been her sister's choice not to be on the show consistently. Like, of course, we've seen them. Okay, I'm not done, y'all. So when Teresa says that, 10 years ago, they were talking about me and talking about me on social media. And I said, well, Teresa, last week we were, defending you. Like, you don't have to invite them to your wedding. I get why you don't want them. Not that why, but I get why you don't have to invite them. They're extended family. I'm not done. Look, I'm not done. So also May 18th of 2019, Kim posted this, happy birthday to my strong, independent, hardworking, and beautiful friend, Teresa Giudice. We will celebrate soon. Love you. Teresa replies in the comment section, love you. This is in 2019, not that long ago. And I know you're probably thinking, well, show us something from 2022, Kempire. Well, here's the thing. I didn't dig that deep. Look. I'm going by what Teresa said. Well, 10 years ago. Well, this was less than 10 years ago. What happened between then and now? See why I'm team nobody on this whole situation? Look, you see why I'm team nobody in this situation? Team Kempire all day, every day. Rashima, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, I think Rachel bone collects on certain people. Oh, I'm sure. I believe that. Okay, hold on. The French lady, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, I challenge y'all to give... Oh, not her challenge y'all to give me $20 to celebrate 250K. By the way, I gave up on kissing. Teresa's Teresa's show. Let's go, $20. Oh, thank you, French Lady. Well, you guys don't have to do that, but I appreciate the support, French Lady. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Dark and Lovely, thank you so much for the super chat. Oh, I didn't mean to press that. That's what I meant to press. There we go. Dark and Lovely says Danielle was on MTV back in the day. Yes, I'm a proud Staten Island girl. That real life thing. She was trying to become an actress. Yeah. We know what it is. Look, we know what it is. Thank you so much for the super chat. Okay, let me take a sip, y'all. And I'm going to drop the call-in link for members first in just a second. Let me move that over here. Hold on. Wait. Hold on, y'all. Wait, I lost something. I lost the comment that I wanted to highlight. Damn it. Danny says, hold on. Danny says, maybe Melissa's family isn't as close as they seem. Some families hide it better than others. I think Joey and Melissa are more similar than we can see. Yeah, I mean, very possible, but part of me doesn't believe that. I don't believe that. I really do believe that they're close. And maybe they prefer to protect their family relationship by not being on the show. And maybe, look, I know it's hard to believe that some people do not want to be on reality TV like that. Like, we'll come through and support you, but I don't want to be on there with my business out there. And maybe they have something to hide. Or maybe they just don't want to be on reality TV. I know, it's shocking. I know, it's quite shocking. All right, let me just drop this call-in link for members first, guys. Hold on one second. All right. Guys, we have over 1,000 people in the building. Let's get those likes up. Let's get to 500 likes. Once we get to a certain amount of likes, I will drop the call-in link for everyone in the live chat that wants to share their thoughts. But if you are a member, I'm dropping the call-in link for you right now. So Royal Court members and senior royals, I'm dropping the call-in link for you. And okay. Team Kempire members, I'll be dropping the call-in link for you in just a second. All right, so back to this. So they're down at the shore and hold on. I just want to make sure I didn't. Oh, so they discussed Danielle not speaking about her brother at Melissa's house. And Jackie's the first person to bring this up. And I know people are going to come up against Jackie, but I'm glad someone brought it up because we've been saying it. We've been like, something's not clean in that whole situation. There's got to be more to it than he didn't like what you were posting on Instagram for him to block you. And then for you to say in this episode, at the top of this episode, what did she say again? She says, oh, it's a lost cause. A lost cause because your brother blocked you on social media? That's tragic. Look, that's tragic. But some of you say that you block your family members all the time on social media. I'm sure I got one or two family members blocked as well. Just saying, but I don't think it's a lost cause. Okay. So not only that, does Jackie bring up, at one point, Jackie, you were coming across like a mean girl. So at the end of this particular scene, when she's bringing this whole situation because she doesn't believe the story, she calls Danielle a clearance aisle snookie. I'm just like, Jackie, look, where's my picture of Jackie? Where's my picture of Jackie? Jackie, woo, 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 girl. Woo, woo, woo. What is going on with you this season? Do I think you're the worst of the Staten Island girls? No. Look, no. I don't think so. No. But I'm not liking Jackie's behavior this season. And maybe because she was downgraded and now she's fighting for relevancy on this show. Sad. Looks sad. All right. Okay, where was I? All right, let's just get to Melissa and Joe's luau? Luau, yeah. So they having, first of all, we already know Jersey, except for Jackie, can throw a party. Come on. Except for Jackie. They went all out for this luau. They had all the food. Did you see the little picture of Nono that was painted on the wall outside? I was like, oh, that's really nice. They know how to throw a party. There were plenty of people there that weren't a part of this cast. But all the cast came. And I'm going to point this out. I didn't really love the frat boy drinking and, oh, chug-a-lug and yelling. I didn't love any of that because that's getting a little tired for Jersey. But I will point out, remember we talked about this. Remember the party that they had? It was at Teresa's house, the housewarming. And Joe wasn't there. And I said, it doesn't feel the same. It felt boring. You know, like at least with the guys there, it felt boring. But when Joe's in the mix and having a good time with everybody, even if he doesn't necessarily like everyone, it's a good time. Maybe too good of a time. You saw Dr. Bill? Dr. Bill is like, oh, he's a happy drunk. He's just like this. Both Dr. Bill and Jennifer Aiden were lit. Okay, they were drunk. They were drunk. But they don't have their kids. Bravo and production provides sprinters for everyone, so no one's drinking and driving. I'm a little concerned, though, because they're right by the water. You know what I mean? Like, they're right there. They're literally right by the water. If they were at Jennifer Aiden's house, she's on the boardwalk. So they don't have to worry about falling into the water. But that's my only concern. And them initiating Rachel's husband with the waxing of the chest. I was like, where are we? What's happening? I didn't find that entertaining. Sorry, Joe. I was just sort of like, okay, I know what you guys are doing. You're doing it for television. Okay. Sidebar. We didn't talk about this. And this is actually from our friends over at Behind the Velvet Rope. This was their exclusive, even though people don't want to give them credit. And this was from Kim D. Kim D got the picture of the Gorgas working on their house. Because, you know, a lot of people were saying their house looked crazy, like their new house. Like the design looked crazy and creepy and like things. Well, according to Kim D, she got these pictures. They're trying to redo the house. And apparently they had a leak. Not a leak. I don't know what they were aiming for. I don't know if they worked with an actual designer. It didn't look good to me, but if it looks good to you, you think I'm going to let the world pressure me to say, oh, my house doesn't look good? But we know how they are. But they have a leak already? Okay. Sidebar. Speaking of Behind the Velvet Rope, guys, part 2 of my conversation with Behind the Velvet Rope with David Yontef has come out. So go check that out and check out the visual clips on the Behind the Velvet Rope YouTube channel so you can actually see me talking with David about some of your favorite Bravo everything. We covered everything in the Bravo universe. I think we even talked about the Kardashians at one point. We talked about it all. Okay, so including New Jersey. So be sure to check that out and, you know, drop your elephants and your crowns in the comment section. That help with the engagement. Let's run those numbers up and be sure to check out the full part 2 on his podcast, Behind the Velvet Rope. All right. Let me take a sip. Speaking of podcasts, don't forget my conversation with Layla Lynn is available on the Kempire Radio podcast. More links are available at kempireradio.com, or just go directly to whatever podcast platform that you love, and be sure to subscribe to our podcast, Kempire Radio. Team Kempire members, I have dropped a call-in link for you as well. We already have quite a few people backstage that wants to call in and share their thoughts. We will get to that in a second. Sidebar, speaking of Kim D, who would love to return to New Jersey. You know, I just did that story about Wendy Williams. Why was Kim D all up in the mix? She was at the restaurant when Wendy Williams was there. I was like, not Kim D involved in the Wendy Williams story. All right. I thought that was funny. All right, Julie, thank you so much for the super chat. Julie says, remember Gia slipped up by saying everything changed 2 years ago soon as Louis came into the picture. Teresa caught in another lie and rewriting history. Yeah, look, yeah. Chocolate Chunks, thank you so much for the super chat. Chocolate Chunks, I didn't realize you were in Canada. A happy 250K. Thank you so much, Chocolate Chunks. We appreciate you supporting the channel as always. All right. Yeah, Makeup says, love the callers. Yeah, we're going to get to the callers in just a second. Let me just finish this out. So at this luau that they're having, everybody in New Jersey is there, it feels like. But they host a good party. So, of course, Marge, Rachel, and I think Jackie were all having this conversation about what Teresa warned Rachel and Danielle about. So Marge, of course, is like, I want to get to the bottom of this. I thought we made good. So she confronts Teresa about what she said. And Teresa, instead of saying, yeah, I said it, is more like, oh, I feel like you're trying to start trouble to Rachel. Yeah, of course she is. She's a newbie. I feel like are you trying to start trouble between me and Marge? And she's like, no, I'm just letting her know what you said to me. Because here's the thing. We know what the intention was. Let's not sit here and pretend like Teresa was really genuinely trying to tell Rachel, just be careful. No, she's trying to get into Rachel's head to have Rachel lean more towards her. Let's be honest. Let's not try and spin it like, oh, I was just trying to warn you. And then Teresa tried to spin it to Marge. Well, I just said, very much like me, if someone comes for me, I'm going to, come for them. So I'm just saying that's what you would do. I was like, come on now. Marge was like, okay, but I thought that we were good. No, she does not see it for Marge. And a lot of you have speculated that Louis may have warned her. Melissa has speculated this last week. Louis may have warned Teresa, get Marge on your good side because she might have information on me. Speaking of Louis, so Louis at one point did have a conversation with Donna, Melissa's mom, and apologized for not inviting her to the wedding. And Teresa had no idea. Teresa in her confession was like, I don't like that he did that, but I understand. Okay. These are two Tauruses in a relationship. That's not going to... never mind. I mean, it does... Look. It's about to be Taurus season. Happy birthday to anyone celebrating a birthday today. It's the Aries season right now. All the fire signs. All right. Esther says Marge is not in it. No, none of them are innocent. I'm not really loving Marge this season, though. I'm going to be honest with you. Nia says can't stand Marge. Look, part of me understand what Marge is saying because she's feeling like, especially with Jennifer, Aiden, and Teresa, I thought that we were in a good space. Why are you warning people about me? Because that's going to mess up any friendship or any future that we have or amends that we've made. I get where she's coming from with that. To me, that makes sense. Adrian. Look, Adrian said he ain't gonna laugh. I mean, I wish them the best. Look, I wish them the best. I really do. There's just too much smoke around this man. And we're gonna get to that weird comment for the preview next week. All right. So the party is loud. Teresa and Marge, they're like, all right, we're just gonna put it to bed. But there's also this conversation about Danielle spreading this information as well, and Marge doesn't like that. So they start talking about that and the whole situation with her brother amongst themselves. And Danielle is overhearing them talk about it. She's like, I don't like hearing my name. People talking about me. I don't like people hearing my name. Here's the thing, though, Danielle. You keep giving the energy like you're not you're that girl that's, you'll confront people. So why wouldn't you in that moment go up to them and confront them? Like, I hear my name. You guys got something you want to ask me or say to me? Sidebar. Then we're getting these random scenes of the guys taking shots and Rachel Fuda's husband getting his chest waxed. We have Dr. Bill rolling on the floor, smiling. What is happening? And then we also had that side conversation. And I know some people didn't like this conversation, but I appreciated Jennifer, Aiden, and Jackie's conversation because I completely forgot about Jackie and her family issues. So she understood where Jennifer Aiden was coming from because of the Evan rumors. You remember that? She said her daughter felt like her parents were going to get divorced because of those rumors. So Jennifer Aiden's like, this has been very traumatic since Marge brought up these rumors. And although they made amends, she does not see it for Marge. What do you guys think about that? And I get it. Some of you were like, I will never see it. I can make peace for peace sake, but I will never see it for Marge. But then again, like I said last week, in regards to the therapy that they were going through, yes, Marge shouldn't have done what she did in regards to spreading that information or putting that information on television because of your young kids. Okay. And it could affect your young kids. But why aren't you more upset with your husband? It really is your husband and your decision, because you knew that this information possibly could come out on television. By being on the show, there was hints of this in previous seasons. Why not get ahead of it? And why are your kids not in therapy too? So that they can deal with that. But you can't make people go to therapy. Okay. Okay, Kim says, I thought the guys were the best part. Perhaps the wine I was drinking. You know what, Kim? No, I can see why people, like, it would have been a boring party if they're just sitting around, just, drinking. They were doing the typical Jersey thing, okay? Like, and I know some people are like, oh, they're playing up for the cameras. Some of that is playing up for, like, the waxing of his chest and stuff like that. No, but this is what the Jersey guys do. They're drinking and laughing and taking shots and all this other stuff. Bill is rolling on the floor and getting drunk. A mess. But Danielle is overhearing the ladies talk about her situation, and she goes to sit down, and Melissa goes over to her to check on her, and that's where Melissa brings up, well, they're talking about your brother's situation. They don't believe your brother's situation, and she's livid. She's like, I'm leaving. Now I'm pissed. That's my truth. That's my truth. Look. So she decides that she wants to leave. Again, you're on a reality show, Danielle. I like you so far, but in this moment, I was like, I thought she was going to confront them because we kept on seeing that scene where she was like, "You come over here," and I'm like, "Oh, she's just doing that to the air. She's not really about that life." Because I feel like in that moment, go up to them. Be like, you guys keep talking about me. I'm right here. I'm right here. What's the issue? But she goes up to Teresa and Jennifer and like, I want to leave. I want to leave. Okay. And they're like, well, we came together. We're going to leave. Oh, wait, sidebar. So Louis revealed that he had spoken to Donna and apologized, and Teresa didn't know about it. And then eventually, in that conversation with Louis and the girls, Teresa's like, "Oh yeah, you can invite Donna. You want Donna to go? You can invite Donna." And Marge is like, "She should have been invited from the beginning." Sidebar: Marge, you know what Marge had to say about Danielle? What did she say? She called her bougie. She called her something. In that outfit, you saw her new confessional look, and I said, you want to talk about someone being a wannabe or a bougie? Marge, please. Look, Marge, please. I mean, I do see Danielle as a wannabe, but I feel like she is saying that. Like, I don't feel like she's pretending. I think she's saying like, oh my God, I would love, to be, doing this or doing that. And she would love that. Like, I feel like she's transparent in that way. She's just not transparent in what went down between her and her brother and sister-in-law. So Louis goes off to go find Adana so he can invite her to the wedding. Was she at the wedding? I can't remember now. I think she was at the wedding. I can't remember. Was she at the wedding? Would you go to a wedding if now they invite you after there's been a big hoopla and then people are making a big deal about it? I don't know. I don't know if I would go. I mean, I don't love weddings like that. Just saying. All right. So Danielle is upset that everyone's talking about her. She keeps hearing her name. Melissa comes over to her to talk to her about it and what they're saying. And then she's upset. She goes to Jennifer, Aiden, and Teresa and is like, I want to leave. So they end up leaving and she goes off in the Sprinter. And she talked about, because they were talking about how Jackie was the one, talking about this. And she was like, oh, I'm a good Staten Island girl. I'm a better version of a Staten Island girl. And then she's like, what did she say? She's like, I'm the one person you don't want to have an enemy. Oh, wait. What did she say? The one person you don't want to have as an enemy is me. Hold on. Oh, I hurt my voice with that. It's me. I was like, oh, I hurt my voice with that. I didn't expect her to go to that deep range. Did you guys expect that? Someone says, I miss my, Sister on the Move says, I miss Mob Wives. Yeah, because that was Staten Island girls. I miss Mob Wives too. But in this day and age, that level of violence, we don't need it. But it was a good show. She would have been perfect on Mob Wives, but she's not in the, I don't think so. Look. Okay. So she said she had all of this to say in the Sprinter. And I'm just like, why didn't you just say it to them? Why didn't you just confront Jackie? Like, what do you want to know? Look, what do you want to know? She's like, the one person you don't want to have as an enemy is, look. Wow. Look, wow. All right, guys, if you're just joining us, we have almost 1,100 people in the building watching on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter. Well, we have over 1,200 if we combine everybody. All right. Be sure to like the video. Be sure to keep tapping your screens. TikTok. Let's get to 15,000 likes on TikTok. Tap, tap, tap. GA, thank you so much for the super chat. GA says, team, leave no-nos PJs alone. A new low for Real Housewives of New Jersey. We're going to talk about the preview because I had a fit last night when I saw that. RC, thank you so much for the super chat. RC says, Danny blocked her bro. He stopped talking to her. Are you dropping tea? So Danielle blocked her brother. He stopped talking to her. Let me get to the bottom of that. All right. All right. So let's talk about this preview for next week. And then we're going to get into some callers. If you remember the channel, I've already dropped the call-in link on the community tab. So we get this preview for next week. And look, different families do different things, but we have to remember, Louis has never met No-No. Like, I feel like we know No-No more than Louis knows No-No, right? So, Louis, in this preview for next week, has a lot to say. Hold on, let me take my stuff down. He has a lot to say. Okay, but let me just preview what he said. Homeboy, he says, I live with your 4 nieces. I wear your father's pajamas at night. Look at Joe's face. To make them feel safe and loving. Let me say it again. I live with your 4 nieces. I wear your father's pajamas at night. To make them feel safe and loving. So, last night I posted this because I was like, what in the hell is going on? And there were some people that were like, well, I understand that. And then some of you were like, I don't get it either, Kempire. First of all, I'm thinking to myself, Teresa's in bed with the man wearing her father's pajamas. Do the nieces feel safe because he's wearing No-No's pajamas? Look, I'm trying to think, okay, if my mother was with a new man and he said this about wearing my grandfather's pajamas, that's not making me feel safe. Honestly, if anything, I'm feeling a little concerned. I'm a little worried. I wonder what the girls really think of Louis. I mean, they're not going to go against their mother. They're not going to go against the family. But you see Joe's face? I mean, I'm waiting to see the full scene. I'm not sure if that's still going to make sense to me. But of course, next week, they're going to have a battle between Joe and Louis. I don't understand what this may have been in response to. I don't know what he was trying to say here. I mean, not trying to say. He says, I live with your nieces. I wear your father's pajamas at night to make them feel safe and loving. First of all, I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe. Honestly, can we see the pajamas in question? Maybe the pajamas will solve why we do not understand what he's saying. Maybe the pajamas look comforting. Maybe they will be comforting to us because, you know, when we lost Nono, I was just like, maybe seeing him in those pajamas, it will make us feel safe and loving. No. Look, no, I don't know, y'all. I've been telling you about this man. He gives me creepy vibes. Yes, we know his history, but he doesn't even blend well with these men when they're hanging out. And I know what some of you will say, well, that's because he's not a male chauvinist like them. But no, there's something about him that is off. And yes, we know there's a history and there's all allegations. But no, I'm really I'm not even thinking about all the allegations. I'm taking this man for what he's shown us on this show. And it's weird and it's awkward. But like I said, I'm going to wait to see the full scene before I judge. Okay. Julie, thank you so much for the super chat. Julie says, why doesn't Joe have his dad's clothes? Louis? Because remember, Nono lived with Teresa. So I'm sure Teresa has all of the things. So that's probably why. Look. All right. Let's get into some callers, guys. If you haven't already, thank you all for the super chats. And thank you to everyone that sends in Venmos, Cash Apps. All of that. We appreciate you supporting the channel, but you can also support the channel by liking the video. Let's get to 500 likes and I'll drop the call-in link for the general audience to call in and share their thoughts. But we have plenty of people backstage that are members of the channel. Members, please, again, be conscious of your words. No profanity, no derogatory statements about people's looks or families. Just your straightforward opinion. I am going to be setting a timer. All right. My throat is hurting from saying it. Maybe stop doing that. Okay. All right. Makeup says something is off. I agree. Miss Beverly says something about Louis doesn't sit right. Okay, I'm not the only one. It's nice to know I am not the only one. All right. Let's get into some callers, guys. And if you're part of the replay crew, as always, I want to hear your thoughts. Where are you watching from? How would you rate the episode? And what do you think about what I had to say, what you saw, all of that? I want to hear all of it. Okay, it's at the end. You didn't have to remind me. I reminded myself. How would I rate this episode after I've talked through everything? It wasn't a great episode for me, honestly. This hasn't been a great season. I probably give this. I'm gonna go with 5, and that's a stretch. That's a stretch for me. A 5. It's okay. It's okay. So one of the conversations that I have with Behind the Velvet Rope with David Yontev, we talk about the future of Jersey and if Melissa's going to come back. And I don't remember what I said during that because, you know, I say things and I forget. But I stand on, I would hope that the Gorgas could be like, you know what, we're going to step away for a season and then everyone will see the truth. And what is that truth, Kempire? Is that Teresa is not as great as you guys pretend that she is. And she wouldn't be able to carry this season on her own. But we'll see. All right. Let's get to some callers, guys. Let's get to some calls and let's get these likes up. We're almost at 500 likes. And once we get to 500 likes, I will drop the call in link for everyone. Princess Gabby, I'm going to bring you up first. Hold on. Princess Gabby, what's going on? Princess Gabby, you're muted. Did you step away? Hold on. Let me drop you. Let me see what the private messages are saying. Just wanted to make sure. Okay. All right. Shout out to everyone watching on Twitch, Twitter. I see you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Let me bring up Sharon. Sharon's backstage. What's going on, Sharon?
Hey, Kempire, I'm surviving March Madness.
Uh-oh. Who's winning?
Oh, man, it's good. It's still going on. We're down to the Sweet 16.
Oh, okay. I know what that is.
Yeah, so far, Alabama is still in it, and Arkansas beat Kansas.
Okay.
Yeah,
Who are you rooting for?
I'm going for Alabama because they're in the Southwest region.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, same thing with my Missouri Tigers, but they made it to the they won like on a Thursday, but they lost on a Saturday.
Oh.
So they're gone. They're home.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah. I just got one thing to say. I was rooting for Louis. I was rooting for that man hard.
Were
I thought,
you?
yeah, I was. I said, he's not a bad guy. But I tell you what, if he would have said something like that to me, I would say, hey, let's go on a little road trip. I would have took him 30 miles up the road and put him in a special hotel.
Okay.
That man, something ain't right with him.
Now you see it, Sharon.
I see it.
Okay.
And Danielle, I'm rooting for you, girl. I want you to tell them women what's on your mind.
Yes.
Yes, don't say I'm ready to go home. You get in there.
Yep.
And tell them what you think. And tell them to keep your name out their mouth. That's all you got to do.
I know that's right, Sharon. Thank you for always keeping us up to date for Kempire Sports.
All right, don't forget, Alabama's going to win it. Anybody ask you who do you think is going to win?
Mm-hmm.
Alabama.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Sharon. Right. Take care.
You too. Bye-bye.
I love Miss Sharon. She really gets you up to date. I didn't know what was happening with March Madness. Now I do. I feel up to date. All right, timer. I'll go. All right. I'm going to try Princess Gabby one more time. Princess Gabby, are you there? Okay. We'll bring you down. All right. Okay. Miss Bernice, I'm going to bring you up next. What's going on, Miss Bernice?
Hey, Kempire. How you doing, baby?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm fine. Yes, March Madness. Go State. Michigan State still in there.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Louis? Kempire, do you remember the movie The Incredible Mr. Ripley?
Yeah.
That's Louis.
Oh. Keep going.
You know, he takes on the characteristics of the person that he wants to be, but underneath, he's rotten to the core.
Okay.
And Danielle, she's sweet. I love her. She's not playing the game right. She's not playing the game right. You don't supposed to let them see you sweat, baby.
Yeah.
If you wasn't going to confront them, you should have played it cool. Like, okay, I give you your points. I'll let you talk about me like a dog, but I got something in store for you. And come back with that. You know, she's not letting it stew, letting them think that they got one up over her, and then you come back like in a game of spades, and you trump them. Come on now, play the game right. You want to be there next season. You don't want to be just a one-hit wonder.
Mm.
And Teresa in this marriage, what got me with Teresa, she always talk about family, but the saddest thing she said is like, you didn't hear when she said her daughters has never been to their uncle's Jersey house.
Yeah.
Never. So that shows that you don't believe in family. Never. I don't care what it is. This is my last person in the world that I got biological ties to. I'm gonna make it work.
Mm. Okay.
Other than that, have a good day.
You too, Miss Bernice.
Okay, bye
Take
bye.
care. Bye. All right. Let me just drop the call in link because we have hit our goal. But guys, we have how many people in the building? Guys, we have over 1,000 people watching on multiple platforms. So be sure to like the video. Keep tapping your screens. Those of you watching on TikTok, let's get to 20,000 likes. Okay. In my opinions backstage. We're gonna bring her up next. What's going on in my opinion?
Hey, Kempire, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
You know I'm blessed by the best. First of all, let me say, Miss Sharon, roll tide. Okay, so now, Kempire, I got an unpopular opinion, okay? And I'm finna explain my unpopular opinion.
Okay.
Okay, so if you've been in a family squabble before, right?
I guess.
Okay, well, everybody has, because here's the thing, okay? I have a sister that she doesn't talk to anybody until she needs something. We try to reach out to her, everything. We do everything we can for her, but she's just one of them types that just, she feel like she better than everybody else. She don't need you. She don't want to be around you. Okay, so this is the thing. I think I've been listening to a lot of different interviews, okay? And the fact was, Teresa never wanted them on the show anyway because she knew this was going to happen. She knew Melissa wanted to be famous. And Melissa was willing to do anything to be famous. So in my quest of trying to find the truth, like, I'm not saying Teresa is completely innocent in this whole thing. Like, I believe everybody had a fault in this relationship dissolving.
No.
But I think Melissa plays a big part in the drama keep going because she's always talking about it, whether she's on her podcast, whether she's on Twitter, like, she's always doing it. And it's like, if you're trying to calm your husband down, like, it's no way in the world I would want to hurt my husband. I'm married. It's no way in the world I would keep bringing up stuff that's going to hurt him in front of him, knowing that it's hurting him. You're the closest thing to him right now. If he's not having a relationship with his sister, then you should definitely not want to make him feel uncomfortable or feel hurt in any kind of way. But she's keep egging it on. So I'm saying you're the first line of defense. Even if you can't control Teresa, you can control what goes on in your household. So I'm tired of that. And let me tell you something. I'm telling you, if Danielle don't put on her boots and go ahead and strike back, because let me tell you something, Marge she done said in her tagline, I don't know how many years ago, that she did have an arsenal. So don't get mad now, because here's the thing. You weren't mad when you had it in your tagline. And Marge knows she come after everybody, okay? It ain't nobody on this show that she ain't came after when they came to her dirty. So it wasn't like she was lying on you. You will come after them. Have a great day, Kempire.
You too. Take care. Ooh, hold on, Nicole. I'm gonna bring you up in just a second. And guys, I have dropped the call-in link for the general audience in the live chat and on Facebook. Those of you that are watching on TikTok, let's get to 20,000 likes there. We are talking about the Real Housewives of New Jersey. If you're part of the replay crew, as always, be sure to let me know your thoughts. And for everything Kempire, head on over to TheKempire.com. You never know. I might be hosting a Kempire After Dark on Twitter, or I'm talking about a show that I don't talk about anywhere else, like Love After Lockup. You never know. You never know. Well, that will be the place that I will talk about it. Right now, I'm on a deep dive into the Vanderpump Rules world, so I'm sharing random thoughts as I'm watching the seasons. Don't forget, tomorrow, we will be live tomorrow evening to recap the latest episode of Vanderpump Rules. They are going to be filming their reunion tomorrow. Andy Cohen's already on his way to California to host that reunion because they cannot possibly find another host. All right, Nicole, I'm going to bring you up. What's going on, Nicole?
Hey, Kempire, how are you doing today?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Just that whole episode, it was just exhausting. I'm just like, I am so sick of the mean girl stuff that goes on. Like just watching like with the guys, like you can see the difference. See, like with women, it's all that cattiness. Why we can't just get along? Like, stop talking all that crap and starting issues. But then you see the men over there acting like cavemen, partying it up. Like that's the type of environment I like, just having complete fun.
Yeah.
And then what I want to say about Danielle, I really love her. Like, she's that type of chick I know probably back in the day, we were, riding through, with the Monte Carlo and drinking Thunderbird in the streets, just cutting up. And I think that the reason why because I was like you too when you saw the hand movements, like the previous one last week. And I thought she actually confronted them and was just like, yeah. And I was like, get it, sis, get it.
I was excited for that.
And all she was doing was beating air with her fingers. And so I'm just like, okay. So I understand at a point where she was probably like, okay, I know they have security and the camera crew there, but she probably didn't want to show her true self in that light. And that's why she probably left the scene. Because I agree with the other callers. Like, if you're going to confront somebody, I'm the same way too. I would go up to them. But, there's a point in your life where you just have peace in your spirit and you're just like, it's not even worth it, because it's like, if they're going to keep talking, let them keep talking. And then Louis too, I'm like you. I was trying to root for Louis, but I wish that man would have my mama's moo-moo or house coat on. And talking about
that would have been extra weird if you talked about wearing Nona stuff.
Yeah, it's just crazy to me. So I just wish they would just stop all that mean girl stuff. It's just getting ridiculous at that point, and it's getting exhausting. And I think they're gonna be like a Real Housewives Potomac, where people are just gonna like check out eventually, because it's just what are we like in the 4th or 5th episode of this one, and it's just like 7. Oh, okay, yeah. See, I've lost track because it's so exhausting. Yeah. But that's all I wanted to say.
Thank you so much, Nicole. Take care.
You have a great day.
You
Bye-bye.
too. Bye. All right. Again, guys, how are you feeling about the season so far? Is this season hitting for you? The ratings, the live ratings for the episodes are staying in like the 800,000 mark. I don't know about that. I don't know. All right, let me get to the callers. I'm going to bring up Rashima next. What's going on, Rashima?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Oh, yes. Like, this is the first time I've got on. I've been getting kicked off.
Oh.
It's my internet out here. I live in the country in Oklahoma.
Oh.
Okay, so, Louis, I think we should give him a little bit more grace. There's something up with Louis. Because if you can remember, he has all sisters. His mother is a psychiatrist, and I just think he's a different type of dude. So now the pajama thing is a bit cringe, I'll have to admit, but we don't know yet what the full storyline is. We got to wait till that comes up. Now, as far as the Teresa and her sister-in-law, they've been bickering since day one. The first couple of seasons, it was fun, and it was, them clowning each other, but it's getting just tiresome with the arguing between them. So one of them is going to have to leave sooner or later, because we're getting tired of that storyline.
Who do you want to leave?
I don't know. I think Melissa should probably leave, since Teresa was there first. She was there first, and I'll have to agree with what the other caller said, is she didn't want her on there at the beginning. And when they did introduce Melissa, if y'all can remember, they got into a fight at the christening. Yeah. So it's been like that from day one. So somebody's gonna have to leave, because I'm getting tired of it, and I'm sure everybody else is also. And Danielle, I'm with them. I thought she was about to get bowdy, and she never did. But I think Danielle is feeling herself out, because she might not be, when she looked like she go off, she looked like she might tear up some stuff. So she might be sitting back and saying, hey, I don't know how I'm gonna act on TV yet. So, I think she wants to stick up for herself, but I don't think she can control her emotions. And I think she would have went really off, and we've been like, what? Is she getting ghetto up in here?
Oh.
But that's all I got to say right now.
All right.
Thank you, and congratulations.
Thank you so much, Rashima. Take care. All right, let's get to some more callers, guys. And for those that are just joining us, we did hit over 250,000 subscribers here on YouTube. let the countdown begin for 1 million subscribers. Stay tuned for that. I think we should do something big when we hit 500,000, but definitely, even someone said we should do a cruise or something like that, or something for 1 million. Y'all think the money's that? Okay. We shall see. We will revisit when we get closer to 1 million. All right. Bianca, we're going to bring you up next. What's going on, Bianca?
Hi, Kempire. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So I want to bring up really quick, Dolores and Polly. Polly's gonna get Dolores demoted extra faster than she already probably is because he's not showing up to these events. So like producers are seeing that. I mean, I'm tired of seeing her by herself. It's basically the same thing with the Dr. David thing. Like, come on, Polly. If you want to ride with her, just face Frank or if the cameras, whoever he's scared of. Because honestly, it's just kind of like boring seeing her by herself. You know? Yeah. I mean, we'll watch best for her, but you need to show up. I mean, you're on reality television. You need to pull it like all the way through. And then really quickly, somebody in the comments was like, put a funny comment. They were like, what happened to the other long lost sister of Melissa, since you were bringing up the pictures of the sister?
Well, if you listen to the podcast, I mentioned the long lost sister, the podcast with David Yanta, Behind the Velvet Rope. I do bring up the sister.
Oh my god, I gotta watch that now. But thank you, Kempire.
Thank you, Bianca. Take care. All right. Let's get to some more callers. Wendy's backstage. We're gonna bring her up next. What's going on, Wendy?
Hi, Kemp. How are you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So one, if you hit 1 million followers, you should have KempCon.
KempCon?
Okay, I like that, but okay, so I'm gonna make it real quick. Okay, so I think Dolores and Frank should get back together because that's what he wants. He misses that dynamic, so I think they should get back together. They should get rid of whomever they're with and get back together. With the sibling rivalry, it's gonna be sibling rivalry everywhere. I have 4 sisters. There's one particular sister I can't get along with. We can't get along with one another. However, whenever we're around my mom, we're cordial. We don't talk bad about one another or anything. But I would guarantee if my sister called me and say, I need this, I need your help, I would drop everything to help her. And the same with me. She would do the same with me because when my husband was in ICU, my sisters were the one that came up to the hospital by my side. And I think it's so sad that these they acting like kids. And it really breaks my heart. And I know their parents are in heaven looking like, okay, this is just some hot mess. So they need therapy. I think Teresa and Joe needs to go to therapy without their significant others. And that's it. Love you, Kemp.
Thank you, Wendy.
KempCon, 1 million.
Thank you so much. Take care. I mean, look, I would love to do a Kempire Con. However, I think I might need more than just okay, I'll just tell you. No, I'm not gonna tell y'all. We'll talk about this another time because I am plotting and planning futuristic things. But yeah, a KempCon would be amazing. All right, let's okay. All right, we'll move on. Next caller. All right, rushing me. Mercy, I'm gonna bring you up next. What's going on, Mercy?
Hi, Kempire. How are you?
How are you?
Good, thank you. So basically, I'm with Jennifer. You know, when she was talking about she feels ganged up, that no one supports her, where she's coming from, because it feels like when I watch it, obviously she's like, she over exaggerates things a lot. But when she's talking about her husband and not supporting her, not having a side, I do get where she's coming from. It can be irritating. Like after a while, have my back. You know, like, stop sticking up for Margaret. Have my back. I do get what she's saying. Margaret, what they're saying about Margaret about how she's got like they're scared of her. She's got things on everyone. I do believe it. I feel like she's the sort of person that will stab you in the back, and she's done it to so many other people in the past. I can't remember the names, but she has done it. So I do get it. Like, and the other thing with Danielle, like, I did get why she had to leave, because they were all like speaking about her, and she's like, I don't know how I'm gonna behave. I don't know what I'm gonna do if I react to like if I say something back. So I'm just gonna walk out. And I do think it's a bit of a mean girl thing what they were doing, like especially with Jackie, and she had the old storyline about, oh, she was bullied, she's like going through like she eating disorder, and then for her to like go attack her on her dress, on how she dresses and everything, just seems very mean girl. I like she feels a bit jealous, or maybe she feels a bit weird because she's not longer like the main character. She's like a friend of, so maybe she feels like she feels threatened by her. I do get it, but at the same time, it's like there's no need to be mean. And lastly, before I leave, the other thing with Dolores and the guy is her new guy.
Paulie.
I don't at all.
You don't like him at all?
No, he's like, I don't know what it just seems like an opportunist to me. Like, it doesn't, the love story does not feel real to me. Like, it just doesn't feel real. So, and I do think he's jealous of Frank as well. So it is what it is.
Okay. Perfect timing, Mercy. Thank you so much for calling in. I love hearing your opinions, guys. Replay crew, as always, continue to share your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. We're going to take one last caller. If you haven't already, be sure to like the video. Let's get to 600 likes before we end the live. Shout out to Fem Tarot. She's in the building. I see her. She's in the live chat as well. All right, Crystal, I'm going to bring you up next. What's going on, Crystal? Crystal, you're muted.
I'm on mute. Sorry. Hi, Kempire.
Hey, how are you?
Good. So I missed a lot. So somebody's probably already said what I'm going to say, but I'm going to say
Fine.
it again.
Yeah, exactly.
The main thing that I'm thinking of is the whole Marge thing. It's weird to me that you were so proud of that people shouldn't be your enemy, and you put it in your taglines. You've talked about it. Jackie has said it. Melissa has said it in different, like, everybody says it, and it's usually like a good thing, but now all of a sudden it's a bad thing. I don't know why we're having this disconnect. It's almost like she kind of wants to pick a fight with Teresa. It's like she kind of wants to make Teresa out to be the bad guy again. I mean, it's not hard for Teresa to be the bad guy. She can't help herself in a lot of ways. I do love her. I'm a tree hugger, but I feel like she's picking at this point. Also, it's kind of weird to me. Melissa needs to look at sometimes how things are being brought up. Teresa did not bring up the whole mom situation and purposely was trying to call out her mom. It was brought out into a conversation, and you can tell that she honestly didn't really want to talk about it. When Jen Fessler and them, like, they kind of cornered her, was like, he really is upset about the fact that you didn't invite the mother-in-law. That was an oversight, right? Like, they're butting into it, but they're being messy. And so I just kind of think she needs to look at that. Like, it's not like she was purposely trying to tell everybody why. You guys are the ones who brought this to the forefront. And last thing is Danielle, love her, but I agree with the previous caller about that. I think she was hurt by the whole situation with Rachel. I think Rachel being a part of them calling her out, I think that threw her for a loop. And I think her feelings were hurt. And I think that's part of also why she left. Okay. But they need to watch it. I can't wait for a reunion.
Okay, Crystal. Thank you so much for calling in.
Thanks. Bye.
See, guys, you don't have to agree, but we can still chat with each other in the live chat. We can have a good key on the phone. Okay, all right. Princess Gabby, are you still there?
Yes, I am. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Before, and I had to jump off and take a phone call. Congratulations on the 250. We'll be at 1 million in no time, hopefully before your birthday. We're putting that out in the universe.
Okay, anything's possible. Okay.
Exactly. Okay. I have to say this about Danielle. Although I like her, I believe Danielle is not only a pick-me, she's like trying to catch up. Danielle lives in Sayreville, and Sayreville is a good hour and a half away from all the other ladies. She's closer to Staten Island than she is.
That's why she had the party at Staten Island.
Yes. She's closer to Staten Island, and probably most of her friends are in Staten Island. Staten Island is not that far from Sayreville. So that's point one. The Louis thing with the pajamas skeeved me out so bad. If I was Joe, I don't know how he had the energy not to like get up and go strangle his sister. Like, why would you give that man who you've only known for 2 years our father's belongings? Anything that belonged to his dad. That's weird to me.
Why would you
And
wear it?
yeah, it's skeevy to me. The fact that, and someone else brought this up, the fact that Gia said everything changed when Louis came around, it did. It got worse.
Ooh.
The relationship between Joey and Teresa got a lot worse because she, she just needed, Teresa's like, she's a mush. She just needs love. And the first person that showed her love, she ran with it. And she's I don't know. They all need therapy, but that's beside the point. Jennifer Aiden's house on the boardwalk looks like a summer share that we would do in college. Period.
It is.
Decor and all. That is a summer share. I really hope and pray they didn't really buy that house. Where Melissa's house is, it's in Tom's River. It's right on the bay. Great area. Expensive as all get out. But that's a good area. Where that house is, it looks like it's either on Point Pleasant Boardwalk or Seaside Boardwalk. I would not want to live there for all the money in the world. But it looks like a summer share for people in their, like, 20s, early 20s. Rachel, I like her a lot. I like that she stands up for herself. And I know I just heard a timer. I like she stands up for herself. And I like that she challenges the women and she doesn't take their stuff. Alrighty, that's it.
Thank you, Princess Gabby. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Well, see, I love it when you guys know what's happening in what part of New Jersey, because I don't look. I could literally probably go find out where these people live and have that perspective. But I like it when you guys come in and you call in and you tell me. I didn't realize she lives an hour and a half away from the rest of the group. And so it explains why she had her party in Staten Island. Because I was like, why is she having her party in Staten Island? Now she lives in Jersey. But I thought, okay, maybe, family or still and things like that are in Staten Island. So and I was like, all right, but that makes a whole lot of sense. A whole lot of sense because family could drive to Jersey. All right. Shout out to everyone that called in. I appreciate you all being here for our Real Housewives of New Jersey recap. We're going to get out of here, but thank you to our mods. We could not do this without the King's Guards. Thank you. And thank you guys so much for the super chats. Maritza, thank you. Maritza says, you talking about Louis and Nono's PJs made me amazing. Joe's face in that picture was everything. Louis has been suspect since the get-go. I agree, Maritza. I agree. And thank you so much for the super chat. In my opinion, says Kempire live show tour. That's what I was hinting at. I mean, nothing's in the works yet, but I've been plotting. But I got to make sure you guys are going to show up. All right. And y'all a little shaky sometimes. Okay. All right. But if I did do one, what cities would you want me to do? Just asking. Okay. All right. Justin said, we having K-Chastain host KempCon cruise. I mean, that would be amazing. Y'all know I'd love me some K-Chastain. But now she has a baby. Or about to have a baby. A Taurus. I can't wait. Look. Miyata says, a lot of you, I saw a lot of your comments, but these are the ones that I caught. Miyata says KempCon may be a Q&A with callers. Maybe. That'd be a nice, cheap way of doing it. That might be a nice, cheap way of doing it. Femtaro says, I'm so bummed I caught the live at the end. Here's the thing. That's the great thing about Replay Crew. Shout out to the Replay Crew. You can always rewind back and see everything that you missed. I believe we put on a good show outside of us talking about the Real Housewives or reality TV or pop culture or the Real Housewives of New Jersey. So watch the entire thing. Like the video. Engage with us in the comment section. Check out everything in regards to my social media on TheKempire.com and our podcast. Don't forget a new podcast with Layla Lynn on Kempire Radio came out this week. And I did a part 2 to my conversation with Behind the Velvet Rope with David Yontef on his platform, his podcast, and also the visual versions available on his YouTube channel. So be sure to head on over there, like those videos, and comment with your elephants and your crowns in the comment section. Thank you all for being here. I hope you all have a great rest of your Wednesday. I will see you all in the next video. I will have our Vanderpump Rules recap tomorrow evening. So be sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications. All right. Oh, Femtaro says she likes the idea. She loves the idea of KempCon. Here y'all go. Well, we need sponsors, okay? I'm just saying. I'm not funding that. Anyways, guys, Let's get out of here with some music. Everyone, have a great rest of your day. Thank you to our members of the channel. To become a member, head on over to TheKempire.com/join. And again, everything Kempire at TheKempire.com. And without a doubt, thank you to our King's Guards, aka our moderators. We could not do this without you. So thank you. Everyone say thank you to the mods in the live chat. I will see you all. I'm gonna go check out all the. Don't forget, let me know if I was to do a tour. I'm not saying that. I'm not telling you that I'm not even No, I haven't done anything. So don't start spreading rumors. That's my job. But if I was to do one, what cities should I do? All right, let's get out of here, y'all. Let's get out of here with some music. What do I want to play? I always play the same stuff, don't I?